Stay tuned for this quick point of view with Grande Beauty. I was having a conversation about a week or two ago, and the person that I was talking with, he always comes from a man's perspective, and I always come from a woman's perspective, and we both are always honest to a fault on the opposition. Like, he's gonna tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell the truth. When it comes to women, I'm gonna tell the truth about us, and when it comes to men, he's gonna tell the truth. So y'all know the show. I can't think of the name of it. The show where they travel around, they talk about relationship stuff. It's like a panel of them. I can't think of the name of it. And they, people stand up in the audience and ask them their questions. But y'all know the show I'm talking about. So anyway, I saw a clip from that show last night, and the guy was one of the panel guys was saying, women are so supportive. They want to hear about your bad day at work, what's stressing you, until it's about them. When it comes to men, he was saying, when it comes to us expressing ourselves to women as to what they're doing wrong, what they could do better, and those type of things, women don't want to hear it. So by the person I was having a conversation with, by us talking about it, I sent it to him. He was like, man, this is it, and I told him then, I said, women pretend for commitment. Let me rewind that back. Men fake and put on an act for pleasure. Women fake and put on an act for commitment. And what I mean by that is, how men play the role, coming in playing like whatever they want to do, their knight shining armor, whatever they got to do to experience you sexually. Women will put on a facade to get a commitment out of men. They will change. They will bend over backwards. They will rearrange. They will shape shift to get commitment, to get a ring, to get a wedding, whatever her idea of what commitment is that she wants out of a man, and that man that she wants, she will shape shift. But see, the difference is, like I've heard too before, men control the relationship and women control the sex. See, men don't have to pretend as long as women do, because we give up sex before the commitment. See, you have to put up a facade a long time as a woman when you're not truly being yourself. And I always say, and I always tell him, those women that do all the posts, y'all that heard me say it before, that I love my kings and kings, those the worst ones. And if you're sitting there saying, oh, not me, well, maybe it's not you. But majority of them that I know, they do that because that is shape shifting. They know that's what men want to hear. You the king, I'm going to fix your plate first. I'm going to take you on trips, whatever you want. I'm going to spoil you. But mentally and emotionally, they're not equipped for relationships. And that's what the men are seeing. The men are seeing that, yeah, she's supportive. If I broke my leg today, she'll be there. If I broke down on the side of the road, she'll pay to get my car towed. But mentally and emotionally, And a lot of women are and I'm talking about older women. Women in their 40s with me, 50s with me, late 30s, are not emotionally mature for relationships. And see, the thing is, when you have two options, just like men, the sex with men. Men have two options when they're putting on their facade. They're either going to keep on putting up the facade to get the pleasure, or they're going to leave. But see, women got a long road ahead. So most times, women keep on trying to prove themselves. Look at Cam Newton. And Lord knows, Cam Newton sat up there and said, I can make a woman be whoever I want her to be. The sad part is, he's not lying. You know how people say, stop putting on Facebook, women, stop putting on Facebook what you want in a man, because there's a man that's going to show up and pretend to be it, because you done laid out the blueprint for what you want. Right? See, men talk and they tell you what they like, and women shape shift. Like Jazzy. Jazzy shape shifting her tail till she get her commitment, her ring, until she's shape shifted. So when Cam said that, he wasn't lying. Just like men pretend to be something they're not to get pleasure, women pretend to be something they're not to get commitment. And when that commitment doesn't show up, that's why they get pissed. That's why the scratching of the cars happen when you find out he's cheating, because you feel like I done did everything on this blueprint that you laid out for me. You told me what kind of woman you like. You told me what kind of sex you like. I done did the threesomes. I done took it in places I would have never took it before. I done been places. I done did things I would never do. And you still not choosing me? You're still not going to commit to me? So when Buddy said that, I said, it's not that the women don't care or they're not taking, that's just not who they are. See, this is what y'all have to understand, ladies. When you go in pretending to be that, I'm supportive, I'm going to have my man back, baby, that's a long road to commitment. If that's not truly who you are, that's some long suffering to that wedding ring get on your finger. So think about that. Be who you are. If y'all really want to know, most time men love women. What I really realize, men love mean women. I be mean all the time. Can't keep them off me. I sit up there and tell me I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do that. They want to change me. But see, y'all try and shape shift into everything that a man has said he needed in conversation, what he don't like. Y'all present yourself, I cook, I clean, I do all of this. But mentally and emotionally, you ain't ready for no real man. Not for real. Not for a man. Understand what I'm saying? A man. So stop shape shifting, because that act is a long act to put up with. Men don't have to put up with their act long enough because we give it up fast. Even if it's 2 or 3 months. That ain't hard to keep up a facade for 2 or 3 months. Y'all ain't seeing each other like that every day. But look, it takes years, in most cases, for a man to make a commitment to be one. Okay, I'm finna do this thing with you. I ain't talking about no boyfriend, girlfriend. Because even then, when y'all get in a relationship, okay, step 1, we dating. We exclusively dating. Step 2. Step 3, we in this. That's a long road to a ring. So before you try and shape shift and be something you're not, you know you ain't supportive. You know that you don't want to hear your faults. And sometimes you're a fucked up person. And that man got to sit down and tell you that. He has to tell you where you could do better, where you could support him better, where you could love him better. Yeah, you're going to have to hear that. When I was dealing with people, I was open to hearing that. Because I'm like, okay, I might be. You can't do what you did with your last man. You can't do what you think this man needs. Every man don't require the same things. So be open to listening to where you're messing up when it comes time. Because the real you gonna show up. Because you don't want to hear your faults. And you thinking, I'm being Miss Betty Crocker. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm listening to your bad days. And when he be like, that ain't enough. You know how a lot ain't enough for us? a lot ain't enough for them either. Sex and all that ain't gonna work. This was a quick point of view with Grande Beauty. Find me on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share.